Did somebody say WeeaBoots? Cause I think I just heard someone say WeeaBoots. And welcome to WeeaBoots, the anime review podcast from Gigaboots.com. I'm your host, Dan Video Games, and with me is Bob.
Hey guys.
From Gigaboots. And Hail Zeon.
I am Hail Zeon. You are correct.
From Hail Zeon.
Yes, I am from within me.
Yeah.
I gave birth to myself.
No. It's like a synecdoche.
What the fuck?
A synecdoche is a thing. It's a smaller part of a larger thing, but you use the name of the smaller thing to refer to the larger thing. For example, Hollywood, referring to the entire film industry. We learn on this podcast, and welcome. Today we're reviewing Sakura Quest. Not Sakura's Quest. Sakura Quest.
And not Sakura Wars or Captor Sakura.
Not Sakura Clicker. I found that out.
Yeah, what the fuck is Sakura Clicker?
It's a clicker game, so you get addicted, and there are anime girls.
Please tell me you poke a loli in that. And just
I mean, you get to define the line of loli.
I don't know. That might be an option. I've just seen the pictures the Steam shows me. I don't know anything else.
Look, in all video games, you decide the story through your interaction with it. So maybe in your version of that game, she's, I don't know, 7.
What's wrong with you? But
it could be
whatever.
It could be anything.
But do I have to get the Elementary Girl DLC pack, or does that come pre-bundled?
Actually, with how this usually goes, you get the game on Steam and then you find the patch to unfix it. But yeah, Sakura Quest. That's an anime.
Yeah, it is.
We're here to review
an actual anime with real animation, unlike what we saw last week.
I don't remember last week. I don't want to remember last week. So
it was some Japanese slideshow with really bad jokes.
Look, it was technically animated, okay? That's all that really means it.
That's a thing you put on your box. Technically animated, Bob, from
Funimation. You're welcome to use that for your little blurb
material.
On the back.
Yeah, go right the fuck ahead. But yeah, in any case, I watched 3 episodes. The standard WeeaBoots prerequisite. I would have preferred to have watched more, but I did not have time.
I watched 4.
And Bob?
I watched 5.
Okay. Bob has watched all that is out at this point, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, Bob.
What's up?
What studio made this?
This is made by Studio PA Works.
Oh, man.
They've also done Shirobako, The Eccentric Family, which actually has a season going this season as well, and Tari Tari, along with a few others.
Oh, man. Shirobako.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I remember this really awesome podcast that said that Shirobako was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Really worth watching. A good, almost 10 out of 10 anime.
One of our best animes or something.
Right. Man, that was a cool podcast.
There might be an episode of this podcast about that even.
No. I said a cool podcast, not some faggot podcast.
It was us when we had Jeff. Now we're not cool.
Oh, damn it. We lost all our hipster cred.
We're still underground, though, right, guys?
Yes.
So underground and nobody fucking watches us.
Ha! Take that popularity. Speaking of which, on the way over here, I was at a gas station getting a soda real quick. I ran into Jeff. It's like, hey, what are you up to? And I'm like,
Did he give you a blurb?
No, I have not requested Jeff's 1 to 2 sentence review blurb. I really need to get him to do that, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes. In any case, I tell him, yeah, we're reviewing an anime called Sakura Quest. And he goes, oh my god, is that based on Sakura Clicker? So that was perfect. That couldn't have been better. In any case, Bob, can you tell me anything about this original creator, Alexander SD Kalibidash?
That's not a Japanese person. That's probably not even a real person.
No way.
I had to watch through the 5th episode here, and they introduce him.
What?
Oh.
Yeah. So...
Well, it could be like Navishin.
I don't think it's that.
Are you saying it's just bullshit?
Probably. But in the American dub, he's going to be voiced by Jerry Jewell, so, you know.
God damn!
did I watch 3 not dubbed episodes? I don't know.
Well, I mean, that episode isn't dubbed yet, Dan, so you never even would have seen it up until.
That's true.
There you go. You didn't miss out on anything yet.
And it's got the director of Soichi Masui, who directed Brotherhood, Final Fantasy 15, and Chaika, the Coffin Princess.
Brotherhood Final Fantasy 15. What is that?
That is the Final Fantasy 15 anime they released on the internet. I think they did 4 or 5 episodes.
And Chaika, the Coffin Princess?
Yeah, that was like a high fantasy anime from a few years back now.
I think Funimation also licensed that.
I see. So the director is really sticking to his genre, anime. That's a genre, right?
Right.
Yeah,
totally. I mean,
yeah, that's just.
Yeah,
he in fact only directs anime, so it's not like that last guy who directed some movies.
Who wants to summarize the idea for the show? I'll let one of you choose.
as Dan molest the mic. Metal Gear. Okay, Bob, you've seen the most of the show, so you probably have the most well-rounded idea of
Sure.
As Bob gets voluntold.
Yes. All right. So basically, this show is about a recently out of college graduate who's looking for a job.
Uh-huh.
And she can't find one, and she ends up getting called to this small town to act as like their queen idol.
Where was she before?
I guess, yeah, that's important. She was in Tokyo.
Oh, okay. So she applied for some jobs in Tokyo, like a few?
Right, like a lot of them.
Oh, a lot.
And she
30.
gets denied.
Like, 30.
She gets denied all those.
Okay.
And
then she ends up getting called to a small town.
Right.
Why is that?
Through some coincidences and hijinks.
Oh, zaniness?
A little bit of zaniness.
Oh, no.
Right, I know.
Okay,
Zaniness in an anime.
Okay.
I don't...
Hey, she.
You're the one who voluntold
I
him.
know,
What are you
right?
fucking-
I thought that he'd like probably better.
Bob didn't fuck up once yet. You fucked up.
Oh, hey, I fucked
That's
up.
how that works.
Okay, my
Look,
mistake.
I haven't watched that first episode in 5 weeks. I'm trying to remember.
Okay,
Bob's
so
like, I don't. She sold snack foods, and the country had a bunch of people who love snacks.
but yeah, she basically is working underneath a tourist agency, and they sent her out to this podunk town. It was like she's expecting it to be like a one-day thing where she's working. Did they describe it as kind of like a tourist attraction? But it's just basically like a building.
I got
dedicated to
this. I got
chupacabras.
this. So one time, the only gig she's ever referenced getting in the entire her life is this one stint she did at a modeling agency ever. And apparently there was some mix-up, and they thought someone was requesting her by name, but they were trying to request a now-dead actress. So they end up with her. Yes, so zany. She's fucking dead. They end up with her, and she is now elected queen of this small-ass town as a tourism idea for a year. So she's supposed to go around just constantly doing PR bullshit, using funding from the government that's supposed to catalyze some interest in this small village, which is considered its own. What was the term they keep using? Small town, independent nation, or something? Like it's just some phrase like that, like small independent country nation. Or it was an interesting term, and
I think that was just a term they used to describe their weird attraction of pretending that they were in their own chupacabra nation.
Yeah. The chupacabra.
No, not the chupacabra, which they keep calling chupacabra.
Chupacabra, yeah.
Because, Japan. Chupacabra. Chupacabra!
It took me like halfway into the episode to real, because I'm like, oh, that's really close. Because I was just like, wait, no, okay, that's not chupacabra, that's something else. And then, so I kept reading it the way it's spelled. And like how they were saying it, and it wasn't until like the midway part of that episode I was just like, okay, no, it is about fucking chupacabras.
Yeah,
what is it with Japan and chupacabra?
I love that somehow the mythology of like South America is transferred over there.
Right.
Then again, I guess like this is only like the second anime I've ever seen reference chupacabras as like some sort of running gag, and the first one was Negima exclamation point question mark, the good one.
I feel like there was one other anime, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. But that's definitely the one that used it the most.
Yeah, and like just the mere fact that there are 2 animes that just as a running gag name drop and reference the chupacabra.
I Might Me also referenced the Chupacabra.
Oh yeah, of course it did, because everything.
Because that thing's fucking madness.
Wait, what did?
I Might Me.
Oh.
The show we wanted to review, but
Oh man,
we suffered brain damage trying to.
Man, I'm glad I wasn't going to be in that episode.
yeah, we were like, oh man, this is funny. My head hurts.
Yeah, because I never, like, asking you, I'm like, hey, Dan, did you ever record that podcast? 'Cause I was going to add it to my playlist, so that way, you know, because...
Nope.
That just didn't happen.
I kept thinking of how it would go, and it's about an hour of us trying to describe this very fucking weird thing. I'm like, nah, that's okay. I'm good. No, I'm fine. I don't need this. But yeah, in any case, so that's the anime. Thanks for watching this episode of WeeaBoots.
So yeah,
This episode of WeeaBoots we brought you Vince Boberg, Nicholas Cameron. Okay, sorry. I can't mention two of them and leave the third out. That would be fucked up.
It would.
So yeah, Sakura Quest. It is a show with cute anime girls who are adults. I love this studio just because, like, you know, like Shirobako was another one where it's just like, it's a slice of life anime about people just doing their actual goddamn job, and they're not high school girls.
Yeah.
Because fucking high school is boring and stupid and nothing fucking matters during that goddamn time frame. Yes, Kyoto Animation does it really goddamn well, but fuck, it is just nice and refreshing to see these shows where it's just like, there's just one studio out there that's just, no, let's just do a slice of life about, like, people doing their fucking jobs in the workforce and just, you know, doing their thing. And they're fucking adults. Like, they're college graduates or people who have had college educations.
Right. And they have talents.
Right? So,
Bob,
What's up?
how would you like? What are your opinions on Sakura? What's an average episode of Sakura Quest?
An average episode of Sakura Quest seems to be them trying to figure out some way to draw tourists to this town. So they have to find something that can actually work as a starting point for a tourist attraction. I believe it's episode 2 where the boss of the tourism council, I guess.
yeah, you're talking about the guy who runs the Chupacabra Nation, basically.
Right, basically. Like, he orders a whole bunch of jelly rolls or something, and they have to manju, and they have to sell them. So
yeah,
they have
like
to
1,000 of them, and
right, they have to attract people there to actually sell these, or else they will all go bad in like a week.
Wasn't it 1,000 boxes? So it was actually 10,000.
1,000 boxes.
Yeah, so it was something utterly impractical for them to sell in this small town.
Each box has 10, and their town has 50,000 people in it. Which we can take a slight side note. Eric from Gigaboots has one comment on this anime. That town looks really fucking abandoned for a town that has 3 times our town's population.
They all just keep to themselves, I guess.
They just live a million miles apart in Japan.
I mean, they probably could. I mean, it could just be like that friggin', like that little island area in like, Barakamon. You know, because like everyone was kind of spread far apart there. You didn't see like, I mean,
yeah,
like,
but I feel like
you felt like there was a population, but you know, you don't see a whole lot of people.
Yeah, but not 50,000 people.
Yeah.
Like, it was their mistake when they said a number because
Yeah, I guess 50,000 just
50,000 is
I guess
literally
it
3
could-
times.
It could
Yeah.
be a very large area that town is covering, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
Japan.
yeah,
It can't be that large.
I
if
mean,
it's 50,000 and then like the size of, I don't know.
Florida, so Japan.
Yeah, no, I know that Florida is a
right.
like, think of that as an entire county or something though, which is probably still too big.
Which is way too big for Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that number was not thought about when they threw that out there. Like, we're used to being crammed into lockers to fit next to each other in this big city. What's a small number for a town?
Which is a little weird because you think, I think this is based on a real town. I don't know though.
A
lot of times they do.
I haven't looked that up. I'll look that up eventually. I'm trying.
yeah,
to look up,
That you actually do start seeing more people in later episodes. Like, it doesn't look as much like a ghost town.
Yeah, but I say the last episode I watched, or last couple episodes I watched, like I felt like I was seeing more of the population and stuff and the people.
Right.
Yeah, even episode 3 gets a little bit better about that. Just a little bit.
But yeah, it's just like as you were saying though, Yeah, the average episode just seems to be like, we need to do some touristy thing, like, to attract, and like, build up, like, like to get people's attention and get them to fucking come here.
Right.
And it's just like them trying to figure out how to do it, going through the logistics, overcoming, like, trying to come up with different ideas on how to approach these things and these topics. And yeah, it's just
I guess
characters doing this specific job. Like, you have like main girl, whose name I already forgot because I kind of just binge watched these just like a little bit ago.
Yoshino Koharu.
Yes, Yoshino.
Bob's notes are very thorough.
Oh man, I forgot we even used to do the character names.
Yeah, I was wondering, like,
Man,
why...
Bob, I was covering your ass, and then you just outed yourself.
Yeah, no.
I'm looking at a fucking article for this.
Anyway.
But I'm like, Bob's really good at his job, and you're like, I shit my pants!
They actually, they do a pretty good job of introducing these characters quickly without having, it doesn't have that Shirobako feel where it was like, okay, there's just going to be text on screen constantly. And
info dumping all these characters. No, like you get introduced to main girl, you get introduced to side girl who's Shiori, old man boss who runs the thing. By the second episode, you get, actually no, by the end of the first episode, you get the one has-been actress chick who's like kind of living in her house. You get
bus driver. You get like weirdo on the back of the bus.
Yeah, the fucking hippie guy who just shows up every episode to say
Mr. Sandal.
Yes.
The fucking hippie guy who just shows up to say something profound and then fucks off.
It's pretty great.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch the on the next time part? Because I know that you were rushing through it. So I'm not.
Oh no, I didn't watch any of the episodes.
Those are so good because they're voiced by that guy, and I'm pretty sure that guy can speak English. So he does like half in Japanese, and then there's always one word in the title. It's like Yggdrasil, and he just freaking straight up switches over to a regular
weird
like Western accent.
Nice.
Weird. That's neat.
Huh.
I should look that up. I should check that out.
I'm definitely going to be watching more of this show. So,
so what is the most appealing part of this show? Like, what is the thing for you? Like, what about it stands out?
For me, it's pretty down to earth. Like, all the characters feel realistic in their own way, and it doesn't try to tackle anything too big. Like this seems like legitimate things that could happen.
I'm pretty sure the Tourism Bureau is going to save the world by the end of this.
Shabernigdo's going to show up, and they're going to have to use the Giga Slave to stop him.
Now we're going to have to sell 20,000 boxes of manju.
Man, that guy's really demanding.
Yeah, no, that seems incredibly likely. So the small scope and focus on interpersonal relations.
Yeah, I'd say that's what does it.
Okay.
And having actually kind of interesting characters.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in the exact same boat. Like, I like just how grounded the whole thing feels. Like all the characters just feel very natural, very real. They all kind of have their own general interest. No one feels just like a plain stock archetype. And just, like, they play off of each other really well. They all have really fun personalities. And it's just cool seeing them, like, just dealing with their day-to-day stuff, like their actual jobs. Like I said before, it's not like, oh no, we have to like deal with like the school festival or something. No, it's just like they have jobs, and it's just like, no, like these are things that actually matter, and they need to do these things, and they need to figure out how to do them.
I would say the school festival is about as important as a PR interview about your town's new monarch, which is not a real monarch. I would put that on the same scale.
Yes, but like, whenever you think about like it's for the sake of like town tourism, and clearly they're like the tourism is something that they're really trying to push to. It's probably an economics thing.
But hail Xeon, what about schools' rights?
I mean,
what about school tourism?
We
have to do the festival so people come in and buy things to help fund the school.
That's true.
Okay,
but I mean,
it got me there.
Like it wasn't,
I'm an idiot.
I feel like that wasn't played up as being more than it was. It was.
Yeah.
It was. The stakes were somewhat high, but not super high. And then by the time that's over, it's like, yeah, you kind of screwed that up, but it's okay. It doesn't mean much.
Right.
Yeah, I would say if anything, this anime is, at least for the first 3 episodes, about irrefutable, unstoppable failure.
Which is weird because Shirobako was like, like success through adversity.
Kind of.
Well, no, because I mean, like, like you know, their production would fall apart, but they would always like
They
push through.
they aired the episode even if it was bad.
Yeah. Especially love when the internet comments came back in and they're like, most of this episode was a recap. You're a fucking hack. The director's like, I'm not letting you do that again.
I was gonna say something I liked, but it took a few more episodes to actually happen. Is the main character, like, she wants to leave the town. Like, she doesn't want to be stuck there for the full year for the first 2 episodes, but sometime just between 2 and 3, she kind of gets over that. Like, that's no longer a thing.
It's by the end of
3.
Yeah, by the end of 3, she's pretty much given up.
She's gonna stick around for the whole year to figure out what it is that people in Monoyama like so much about the town.
Right, but even at the
that's
beginning
what
of
happens
episodes,
at
I
the-
feel she was kind of okay with, or had made that decision already.
Yeah, I mean, she was clearly wavering by the end of episode 2, I would say.
Right, the
like
end
you
of
know,
episode
she was definitely seeing the appeal and getting more comfortable with this situation of being because episode 2 was her trying to get the fuck out. By episode 3, you know, she already knows that she is stuck here permanently, so I think she's just kind of accepting the fact. And then by the end of episode 3, she has become comfortable with the idea of, I want to see the appeal of this. And
There's a concrete decision by the end of 3.
Right.
And then, like, from the beginning of the anime until the end of 3, it's like this slide from no fuck you to, okay, I'll stick around to see why people like it so much here. Oh,
not that
because
she has a goddamn choice.
they're stubborn. So, hey, guys.
What's up?
I don't really like this anime.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. Something about it's just not clicking for me. Because it's small interpersonal relationships. I love that shit.
Right.
In fact, Shirobako and Barakamon
Yeah.
are both examples of this shit.
Right.
Where I usually love that. And it's about incessant failure constantly. She's so bad at life. It's just like, dude, she did through 30 fucking interviews, and every single fucking time they're like, nope, nah, you're useless. You're just trash. She can't even do an interview as queen right. She can't even do a speech on stage at a mascot festival right. Every single time she does a thing, she just fails terribly. And that's like what it's about rolling with that and whatever. But for some reason, just, I don't know, the writing isn't catching me as much. I don't feel like the characters are quite as interesting as they were in, say, Barakamon.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
that's kind of, that may be it for me, which is weird because, I don't know, like, I've never hit an exact small story interpersonal character thing where, like, you know, if the characters aren't as deep as Barakamon, I didn't think I would just fall off this quickly. I kind of want to watch more episodes, but I feel like the occultist character isn't nearly as developed as she should be. I feel like most characters kind of fall into that, where they're about 80% stereotype. Like, there's not enough interesting origin stories or things to them, at least by the end of episode 3, for me to feel like sticking with it.
It feels like past, because I feel like the first 3 episodes is kind of establishing like you know, getting her there, getting her to accept it, introducing the characters. Because by episode 4, Glasses Girl, the programmer, she starts getting nuance and development.
they really go.
So I feel
with
like
that.
subsequent episodes are going to probably get into that. Like, I can't guarantee it because obviously they're not out
Right.
yet, but it does feel like that's the route that they're going to be going. Is like giving each of these characters their own episodes
Their
to
own
build
episode
on.
to develop.
Yeah.
Yeah, whereas I feel like Barakamon and Shirobako both did a really good job of characterizing characters through dialogue right out of the gate.
It really does.
Like, really strongly.
I feel with Shirobako though, it's just like the specific dynamic that those characters had, because like even if like some of the characters kind of fell flat or whatever, you had like that great like kind of workplace dynamic and them like working on their animation, their show and stuff.
I think with Shirobako, obviously, Barakamon is not. This does not apply to Barakamon, but with Shirobako, I think the thing is that it's not a fish out of water story.
Yeah,
It's not, oh, you're going to meet all these characters. They are established relationships.
True.
This is an established dynamic.
true, and you have to
you've been
establish
throwing
that here.
head first into like a 30-person, 50, 70-person company, and it's just drowning you, especially when you're watching it subtitled.
Oh yeah, god damn. The thing that it drives me nuts that this is the thing that's getting a dub, and fucking Shirobako didn't. God fucking damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, still
That's
didn't.
a fucking crime.
Oh.
I'm about to just fucking fandom it. Like, fucking, that thing needs a dub, damn it. We all deserve it.
Yeah, it's such a, like, Shirobako was so good. Like, I was really waiting, because I was waiting, I was like, I'm gonna wait for it to get dubbed, and then it was like, oh no, Sentai isn't gonna dub this. Shit.
The visuals for me aren't particularly striking, which isn't to saying that they're inadequate or incompetent or any of that shit, especially compared to last week's
Right?
anime.
Well, I mean, a flaming dumpster would have been more visually appealing than fucking Love Timer. Let's be goddamn honest.
I mean, that's true. But
Hey
yes,
guys, at least it wasn't Berserk 2016.
that's true. That thing is a dumpster.
Yes, that literally is a dumpster on fire.
And not in a cool way. Not in a holy shit, that dumpster's on fire. It's more like that thing's been on fire for a week. Please stop thinking I should think this is cool. Put out the fire.
I'm going to
The
slide
smell-
this horse on screen now.
Oh god. But yeah, nothing's like overly striking about its art style to me. But yeah, it's competently done. Like, it's not anything overly egregiously bad or anything, aside from, you know, minor shit like roads are constructed in 3D and the textures look weird, and you can tell it wasn't like drawn at all. Like, you can tell it's a texture that's perspective weird, and the texture filtering is bad. But in any case, yeah.
But sometimes they actually draw the background.
Sometimes they do. What a great thing. But real quick, to change to something we haven't covered at all yet, let's talk about the intro and outro. Do either of you like either of those?
It's like honestly, I didn't really watch the outro because I was trying to rush through it. But
okay.
the intro, I mean, I think it's cute, but yeah, it doesn't grab me. I don't.
You know what
hate
the intro reminds me of? It reminds me of a more cynical, even more poppy version of that second Panic at the Disco album, where it's just like, we have a piano. Isn't this cool? Ding, 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 ding. It's just hitting chords repeatedly.
I feel like it's a little try hard for like charming.
Yes.
It's
Okay.
just trying really hard to be charming, and I'm just like,
It kinda lacks-
feels just generic.
It lacks soul. It really does.
Yeah.
Whereas that second Panic at the Disco album, it has soul.
Yeah.
It may be grating.
Yeah, I mean, like,
To some.
honestly, like, I can't remember Shirobako's intro, but I remember I liked Shirobako's intro.
Yeah, that's
I like the animation
pretty
of the intros and outros, but as
Yeah.
far as the songs go,
I like some of the animation of the intro.
like the outro. I think that they did a good job. Like, it's all consistent and has a neat style to it.
Yeah, it's not interesting conceptually in the least. It seems like a collage of every anime outro ever, like to the point of they do a 5-way split of the title of the screen and have the 5 main characters just walking within those boxes. Like, it's not winning any awards for.
It's not highly original, but I think
It's not
that
fucking
it's-
Nichijou outro.
Dan, nothing is. There is nothing that's called
Watamote.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That.
Let me come in with my gold standards. Look,
But
me
guys,
some
have
anime-
you seen some of the Dragon Ball Super outro?
No! Get out of here! Don't you have enough videos about that shit?
No, because people keep fucking asking me for them, so clearly I don't.
They just lift their head from the trough at the fucking Golden Corral and go, please, sir, can I get some more fucking slop?
I like that the new. That's one of the bars that Golden Corral is. Just like
It's
they
just
got
a fucking
the,
trough.
the chocolate fountain right next to it is the top of garbage.
It's just some corn chowders flowing down into it. It's the mashed potatoes got
It's just
stuck.
chum.
It's chum. The fucking dude comes out. He's like, meat's back on the menus, boys. But yeah, the intro and outro, like musically, didn't like them at all. The outro visually, I don't know. Like, I like half of the intro, like a good bit, like visually. But then there are parts where like she's sweeping, and they do that long shot of her walking with like. It's a very limited number of frames of her sweeping while walking laterally across the screen. But
Yeah.
that scene's really long for how limited the frames are and how uninteresting the shot is. And there are just some moments like that where I'm like, oh, this intro was kind of, it would probably be helped insanely if it had a good song.
Right.
Right. But like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Just-
I'm
it-
a little
the song-
bummed
the song-
actually.
The song just blows.
At first, I was like, "Is this song gonna be good?" And then it just sort of got stuck in that rut, and I'm like, "Oh no, fuck."
Yeah, just
Shit.
the song was bland, and honestly, the visuals didn't stick with me whatsoever. I can't. I just remember. It was a bunch of just look at these cute little mundane tasks that these characters are doing. That's all I can fucking remember. But I can't even remember. I can't even visualize.
She
any of
runs
it.
through a 3D construction of The Office, the show, The Office.
Yeah, Steve Carell's there.
Yes,
I remember
exactly.
that. Like,
No, it
that's
was sorry, it was the British one. It was the British one. Just to be clear, it was The Office. It wasn't the
Oh.
American one. Halcyon's a hack. He's just saying whatever I'm saying. Don't listen to him.
Oh
He
no!
hasn't even watched this anime.
Now they know my terrible secret.
Like, they could have done for the last 3 Super reviews where you're like, Goku powered up! It was okay.
Oh my god! On April Fool's, I reviewed an episode of Super without actually watching.
Yes!
Like I put the review up like 5 minutes after the episode ended. I was before anyone else put out their reviews.
Yeah.
I did it intentionally. Like I was waiting for the Japanese episode to end. Because there's like live streaming from
Right.
from the Japanese broadcast.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw the tweets of people like tweeting about the episode having ended, I was just like, okay, cool. And I took it off of private or whatever, and just there were people who didn't get that it was a fake review.
Yeah.
Like the fucking
That's
review.
the standard they're used to.
The review was even labeled Dragon Ball Z Super. I kept saying Dragon Ball Z Super. I freaking used all the dub names. I said Krillin. I said Saiyan. I did all the things that I hate in fucking Super reviews. I was super vague.
Okay.
It was terrible.
So I'm laying out my my master plan here. I was gonna keep it a secret, but now I'm gonna make it an open threat. I'm gonna be North Korea over here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The moment you do a game review, I'm starting an anime channel where I call them Saya people, Nameca people, and
Kahlua.
Yes. Oh man, and it's gonna be good. And I'm gonna be way more authentic than you. Because Gene means people, and these fucking gaijin need to figure out that Gene means people. Big Green, I'm going with that one.
It's probably the most accurate.
Most true to the source material.
Then you have to refer to the Saiyans as the Space Warriors and
No.
the Super Space
No,
Warriors.
I'm gonna pick and choose what my canon is. Thank you. For the purest experience.
The shit isn't religion. You can't just go a la carte and take the parts that you like, all right?
Anime Danime can. I hope that guy never shows up on WeeaBoots. That probably means I drank before the episode, but
Well, I mean, if Love Tyrant didn't do it, I don't think anything else will.
I don't know. Remember the last 8 episodes of fucking Terror in Residence?
That's why we don't review whole animes anymore.
It's true. We're like, oh man, this is so good, and then episode 5 happens, and I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah, man, the writing in that season just tanked at episode 5.
Fucking from 5 onward, it's just the Shia LaBeouf. Whoa, 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 whoa.
One day, we'll make a an episode of WeeaBoots without bringing up Terror Residence.
No.
I believe in us.
I doubt it.
I'm sure we've done it a couple of times.
I doubt it.
I mean, that was like one of our biggest disappointments, though.
Yeah,
It's really...
it's defined us as a podcast for reviewing anime. And it has deterred many listeners, I'm sure.
Yeah. Okay, so you're talking about the animation earlier, because I haven't spoken about the animation at all.
Okay, yeah.
I actually like the visuals in this. Like, I wasn't really focusing on the backgrounds at all, but like the characters themselves, they are very animated, no pun intended. You know, they have a lot of personality. I love like the facial expressions. I love the way they react. I love the way they move. They have so much energy and personality to them. It's one of the things I really enjoy about this show, and just it helps latch me onto these characters, especially glasses programmer girl, web designer girl, because she has some of the best facial expressions. Like her and Yoshino have some of the best expressions in the series. And yeah, I love the visuals. I think it's very colorful. I think it's just really aesthetically pleasing, at least as far as the characters go. Like I said, I wasn't really focusing on the backgrounds.
Right. They do a really good job of making realistic portrayals of humans in this that also look visually interesting.
Yeah, like
yeah,
it
the
almost...
craziest they get is hair colors. Like,
Yeah.
Right. And that's like, oh, one of them has pink hair, one has purple.
Yeah,
Light purple, desaturated purple.
Yeah, I would say the like the way they move, and like I said, they do have a lot of energy to like their movements and stuff, but they still feel very natural and real. It kind of reminds me kind of how Mamoru Hosoda's films kind of animate their characters.
Mm-hmm.
Where they have that kind of it's really fluid, and they have a lot of personality to their movements, but they still feel very realistic in the way that they move.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Bob,
that's just my thoughts on the visuals.
Bob, what did you think about the visuals?
I think that they all look nice. Like I don't feel like the animation of them is super stellar looking, but it's very much high quality. Like I at no point was like that looks bad.
Right.
Yeah,
which is always, I think, a good stamp of quality.
Yeah, I mean, we're reviewing anime. There's a high occurrence rate of that just looks bad.
Right. And it feels like, or I feel like they did a really good job with the faces, and a lot of just the design of the characters in general look pretty unique and good.
I want somebody to review video games like Bob reviews anime.
Yeah.
So Bob liquefies in anger.
Yeah,
they did a good job with the faces.
Yeah, I know.
But no, like it makes sense to critique it in that way because, staying on model is fucking hard for these people because they're cranking these out. Know, something that's really been bugging me though. I watched this anime with my Sennheiser 598s on a $250 pair of headphones with a really good source.
Right.
Why is every voice in every anime I've ever watched perfectly monaural?
Huh.
Never noticed.
They don't pan it. They don't increase or decrease volume depending on their distance from the perspective.
They have to finish it quick.
Yeah.
But see, this is where that falls apart. But I'm gonna just beat the shit out of this mic. But they give it room ambience.
Huh.
Like not like room tone, not recording an empty room and layering that over it to give it that. They don't do that at all as far as I know. Unless it's like cicadas. We need them. Make them loud. No, it's like if it's a small room they're in, it has the slight reverb that a small room has. If they're outside, the echoes completely deadened.
Huh.
But they're monaural. It's the weirdest shit. I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's just one layer that they figure they can cut out.
I mean, they're right. I mean, I spend a good bit of time doing that in our reviews and stuff.
I mean, the dubbing is like one of the last things that they do before an episode goes up, so I could see them just being like, we don't really have time to do all this pan and scan and shit. Well, just get it out there.
That's
because like things like ambience could just be like a filter that just goes over. It's like, oh well, they're in a room, so we just slap that
right.
filter during the scene.
Right. If you have the right audio programs, you can do that. But
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Japan's production software situation because everything in video is terrible over there.
Right.
I think there are like 3 production companies that know how to color grade. It's the worst. But in any case,
I feel like I always see Half HP Studio on there for audio production. They must be one of like 2 studios that does audio production in Japan.
That's kind of how Japan is. Like, God, yeah.
Dan,
reading about their production situation where it's like, getting a single room to film in is the hardest thing.
Are you gonna tell me the live action Rurouni Kenshin films didn't have amazing color grading?
I am. Because those are fucking terrible. The first one drove me completely insane, and the second and third one completely underwhelmed and looked terrible in some scenes. Yeah, damn, God fucking.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Admittedly, they didn't seemingly know how to expose in the first movie, even.
Yeah.
They're like, we're shooting in log. We can expose this however we want. And I'm like, no. But we review anime, not live action movies.
Despite what earlier reviews might have told you.
I'm surprised that we never actually talked about the Rurouni Kenshin films since we did watch all 3 of them.
We did, but that was during the hiatus.
True. Too bad now you'll never know.
You'll never know what we think.
Except for the color grading.
I bet we love them.
10 out of 10.
I I feel like I had something else to say about Sakura Quest, but I can't.
Okay, was it about clicking?
No, it was not. Oh, right. I was going to ask,
Yes.
by episode 3, did they introduce Mechanic Guy?
No.
Okay. He was another one that I thought
yeah.
they did a really good job of like making a person-looking person, and it was like this old dude who worked on machines.
Cool.
Yeah.
It was like, it was neat.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like the character designs in this.
I will say, like, all of the girl characters, because, like, you're talking about, like, the guy characters, like, I feel like they're on a spectrum of, like, you know, like, just every different kind of appearance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have, like, the pretty boys, you have the kind of chubby people, you have, for women in this show, like, all the younger characters are just all super cute anime girls.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say they have to go to like 50 plus to start not drawing that.
Right, and
Yeah.
like the one who feels like the most versatile is and this is probably why I like this character so much in her appearance is the programmer girl, because like when you first see her hair's a fucking mess.
Just
She
to be
looks
clear,
complete-
she's a web designer, not a programmer.
whatever.
In any case,
shit.
continue.
Yeah, but yeah, the web designer girl. She looks like haggard shit in one of her very first scenes. Like,
Yeah.
you know, she's just kind of like, ooh. And then, like, you see her, like, she's all makeup up later on, her hair's done, and it's just like, okay, now she's like, you know, a cute anime girl.
And
But then
you
by the
see
time
her after the all-nighter.
yeah, and then like she's got bags under her eyes, stuff. And the fact that they're willing to draw these girls not 100% cute all the times is also rather nice.
The fact they're willing to draw these perfect idled figured fucking girls with slightly less than perfect appearances is a lot when it comes to progressiveness and diversity.
Yes, because you know, trash anime will make them like they need to be at 100% fuckable all the time.
See, this is why before I actually got to film on that 4.6K camera, I was like, my aesthetic is going to be overly sharp to a disgusting degree. And then I filmed with it and I was like, oh, this is really pretty without being a statement. Because people are gross.
I will say something that I didn't like notice at all during this show was the score.
Yeah.
Like, the soundtrack never at any point popped for me.
No shit. I'm not exaggerating. You're just
can't-
going to have to trust me on this. They literally ripped off a public domain song. Or not public domain, but royalty free. Where all they would have had to have done was bought it for like $20. For some reason, they just ripped it off. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And it's not like to the point where it's like, no, you didn't accidentally come up with that. No two people could come up with that weird of a, we don't know what this theme song is for. Use it how you want, $20, please. Yeah, and like all of the music's pretty underwhelming. Generally speaking, it's the only thing that pans at all, like between left and right channel. But the only interesting thing it did was kind of annoying, where it had a piano sound that was like all in the left channel, and then the next time it came in all in the right channel, and then it kept alternating forever. And I'm like,
Was that in
this
the intro
soundtrack
song?
sucks.
Or
No, that was just one of the themes.
Huh.
Yeah. No, the intro song is the most like, it too is almost monorail. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it's all Crunchyroll's feed. Everything. Every problem I have with this anime has to do with the bitrate.
That makes sense.
Yeah. That asshole Dan, he had to watch the 720p, so he hates the anime this week.
But yeah, I pretty much.
He gets his anime reviews from what's that web latency guy?
Oh, Battle Nonsense?
Yes, Battle Nonsense. Yes.
Oh, that would be great.
So I've pretty much touched on everything I really had to say about this show.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get into recommendations. I would probably not recommend this anime. I feel like I might say, hey Jeff, go watch this, but I don't know that I would tell anyone else. I feel like the first 3 episodes don't do a ton to win me over with character writing, but it's not like it's a bad anime. Like, if somebody was like, oh, I love that show, I'd be like, yeah, I understand why you love that show. Kind of like I'm doing right now. But yeah, I probably wouldn't recommend it. I haven't seen enough of this season's animes to know whether I'd recommend it over most.
Right.
But maybe at the end of this season, we'll have a what was the best anime of the season list. Who knows? We might do that.
Yeah, it might be a thing we could do.
Hey,
Yeah, I feel like this is a pretty strong season.
hey Hey, Bob.
What's up?
Would you recommend this anime?
Yeah, I'd probably recommend it. I think it's a pretty enjoyable anime.
Wait a second. Bob would recommend this anime. Bob thinks this season is good. Oh, no. Dan needs to look out.
I don't think Bob's ever fucked us over on that before. Have you? I don't remember.
I can't remember a single time Bob was like, I really like this anime. And I'm like, what the fuck is your problem?
Well, speaking of...
Other than Rurouni Kenshin. I'm just kidding.
No, you're not.
But, actually, you know what? I haven't seen Rurouni Kenshin since the age of 18.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the live action movies.
No, you can't. No, that's not anime. That's live action.
Oh, okay.
Unless we're talking about the spirits within or any other excuses I've made along the way.
I mean, like, Bob watches Bleach, or watched Bleach.
Right.
And Naruto. I don't think Bob said, I love Bleach or I love Naruto or...
Not in the last 10 years.
Not in a long time.
Right?
I mean, that
I didn't
was
say I trust high
spiteful
school
watch.
Bob's opinion on fucking anime. No one should trust high school anyone's opinion on anime.
Yeah, no. High schoolers have the worst goddamn opinion. They don't fucking matter. If you think...
You don't matter, high schoolers.
If you are in high school and you think your opinion matters, trust me, it doesn't. By the time you're 25, all of your goddamn opinions will be completely fucking different.
You have an optimistic view of character growth and self-development.
I don't know anyone who is exactly the
Phil.
same. Okay, besides people with crippling autism.
Hey, whoa. I would say most people are probably...
Have crippling autism.
You know what? Sure, yeah. Why not? Hail Zeon. Would you recommend this anime?
I would. I think it's cute. I think I like the characters. I think the little story like what they're doing seems to be pretty engaging. By episode 4, like I said, it did feel like they were trying to expand on the characters and stuff. And I feel like if that's the route they're going to be going with this, then yeah, this could be a really good show, like a good strong 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think it's totally worth watching. At very least, because I mean, it's on Crunchyroll. It's free. You can just go watch it for free. All it takes is your time. So yeah, just go and check it out. There's a good possibility. I think a lot of people, especially if you like slice of life, that you're gonna like this. It's not Shirobako good, and it's not Barakamon good, but goddamn it, nothing on this planet is.
But Hail Zeon, you're ignoring one major problem. This anime isn't a cartoon for perverts.
Right? I couldn't jerk off to anything in this.
If only they made cartoons for perverts. I need to start my own studio and make my own cartoons for perverts, or my name isn't Anime Danime. Thanks for listening to this episode of WeeaBoots. Go check out our video game coverage on Gigaboots.com or on YouTube, and consider becoming a patron. Jay is Hail Zeon on YouTube, and our theme song is Android by Lukkash. Go check out more music by Lukkash at www.lukkash.com. Next WeeaBoots pick!
World end. What do you do at the end of the world? Are you busy? Will you save us?
Gigaboots has been brought to you by the remarkable generosity of Nicholas Cameron and Vincent Pover.
And Cywolf.
Go to patreon.com/Gigaboots and support Gigaboots today.